friends, and welcome back to my channel, and welcome to a video that I hope can open a conversation for all of us about this topic, because it's been on my mind a lot recently and I want to see if anyone else has noticed this and maybe someone has something new to bring into this. And because I want to use this video as a way to like open up a conversation about this video isn't like ready. Like, I don't have like all my points that I want to say ready. I just have some points that I keep bringing up in different conversations, if that makes sense. I might be kind of all over the place, just want to put that out there. And what I want to talk about today is how we talk about men online, specifically the I hate men jokes and like kill all men jokes, which I personally think are not funny. I don't know why they seem funny for some people, and I don't really understand why some people use them as like a coping mechanism, but some people do, especially on TikTok, and those videos gather a lot of likes. And I'm very aware that these videos don't have like specific details very often or like something specific. It's just like a very general I hate men, or like, ugh, why am I attracted to men? And I'm not the only one who has noticed this. There are multiple people in my friend groups and in my family and who also see these all the time, because they are literally everywhere. People love to make jokes about this, or like jokes. It's weird to call them jokes. And I just think because these I hate men, I think this world would be better without men. Maybe we should, like, you know, all of that. I think we should stop saying that. I think it's not funny, and the more I hear these jokes or sentences, maybe they're not jokes for some people, but anyway, the more I hear them, the less funny they are and the more they creep me out. And I know it's not about me. I just noticed that I'm not the only one feeling this way when I started talking about this with people. And of course when we're talking about men and women and hate and where especially like women's fear of men comes from, like, that is totally valid. I totally understand where fear and like resentment and withdrawing from another group of people, like, I understand where that comes from. Men very often have done horrible things to often women. There is a long history of like pushing women down and like domestic violence and just violence in general, harassment, all of that. I'm also a woman and I have my own experiences with this, unfortunately, but I don't think men should be murdered, and I don't hate men. I don't know if any of you remember this, but some time ago there was like kind of like a trend of different genius jokes on TikTok, especially about the like not all men argument. And one of my favorite ways of explaining that, like, what the issue with what not all men like argument was, that if you have 3 cakes or 3 drinks and you're told one of them is poisoned, you're gonna avoid all of them because you don't know which one has the poison. And that metaphor makes sense. Like, when you don't know where the danger is, you're gonna avoid all the possibilities of that danger. Does it mean that we have to start making murder jokes about men? While people make these jokes and like witty videos on TikTok, I just keep thinking, isn't that what we want to stop? Isn't murders and violence and putting people on opposite sides what we want to stop? We don't actually want to stop men. We want to stop violence and murders and the us versus them situation. And that is honestly about everything. Like, all kinds of different groups that are having issues with each other. We don't want to be us and them, we just want to be us. And I know that's the ideal world and it's hard to get there and it's not black and white, but I don't think we will get any closer to that if we just keep making jokes about murdering the people who we actually want on our side. Like, actually, we want men to understand why we are afraid and why it is important that we have their support and that they understand us and understand other genders. We want them to just like be on our side and stand up for us. We don't want to do the same things people from that group have done to us. And something that's really important to me is kids. And I keep thinking, because kids have access to all of the internet, basically social media and TikTok can bring anything in front of you. And I'm thinking about these little boys and these growing boys and teenage boys who grow up in this world and grow up hearing and seeing "I hate men." I just wonder, what does that teach them? And what kind of people do they grow up to be? What kind of people grow up from kids who learn that they're hated? It really breaks my heart. Not only because there are the cis boys who grow up, but there's also trans boys who are in the closet and don't want to come out because everything they see and everything they hear is men are bad. And why would you want to be something that people label and say is bad? And it can affect them in a really bad way. And I know this is a very complicated, like there's so many layers to this. It is not black and white. At the same time, we have to think about the women and other people who have been affected by a lot of like violence done by men. The answer to hate and violence is not hate and violence. The answer to threats is not threats. Well, it can be, but is it effective and what does it do? So that's basically what I've been thinking about, because I genuinely worry what effects this can have, especially on young people. From an early age, they learn that they might be bad and that people hate them, and they don't understand why. Kids don't understand why. I gathered my understanding of like feminism and why feminism is needed in high school. And this is a really big topic and a really big conversation, and so many things have something to do with this, and there's not gonna be like a solution right away, but I just wanted to bring this up and make us think what we can do better. So yeah, I'm sweating now. I don't know why, but but yeah, I hope this made you think and brought up some thoughts. And if you want to chat with me about this, leave any comments down below, or if you want to talk in private, I have an Instagram account where my DMs are open. I'm gonna put it down below. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a good day, and I'll see you soon. Bye!